Hello everyone, this is Anish Verma and you're listening to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast, the podcast for anyone who wants to build an entrepreneurial mindset. So, if you think about something, if you think about who is the one person you talk the most, what would your answer be? Now think about it, right? The one person that we talk the most is ourselves. Yeah, that's right. We spend a lot of time talking to ourselves, and sometimes we don't even realize that, but we are talking to ourselves in our head, in our mind, and we are continuously talking to ourselves. And that is why we have to be very careful of what we tell ourselves, because we are our largest influencer. Whether we can do something or whether we cannot do something, whether we can achieve something or whether we cannot achieve something, really depends on what we are telling ourselves. You see, our mind always relates to pictures, visualizations, and stories, right? And we are making up stories in our mind about a very important interview or an exam or a major project that is coming down the road. And if we are feeling anxious about it, or if we are feeling uncomfortable about it, we'll start telling ourselves of what will happen if the project doesn't go well, what will happen if the interview doesn't go well, what will happen if the exam doesn't go well, So when we start talking to ourselves and asking ourselves questions as to what happens if it does not go well, then we are generating anxiety about something in the future, right? Because usually we are not talking to ourselves about what has happened in the past. Usually, I'm not saying that we don't reflect and we don't try to connect the dots. We do that. But most of the time, we are talking to ourselves either about what we are going to do today or what is going to happen in the future. What vacations we are planning, what birthdays are coming, what anniversaries are coming, all that good stuff. So if we are the person who talks ourselves to ourselves the most, then we have to be mindful of what we are saying. We may want to step back and look at ourselves or what we are telling ourselves, right? If you remember, I've already mentioned about the top 10 book, one of which is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. It's an amazing book, and I think all of us should read that so that we can catch ourselves and course correct on what we tell ourselves, okay? And if the stories that we are telling ourselves are of not achieving a desired outcome, or our desire, our burning desire, then we will not achieve it, because our mind believes what we tell it, right? So if that's the case, then you have to be very, very careful, right? Because whatever you tell yourself the most, your mind will believe, okay? Because if you think about it, right, if you remember, we make decisions based on emotions, and then which is based through our subconscious mind, and then we justify it logically later through our conscious mind. Our conscious mind knows reason, our conscious mind knows thoughts, our conscious mind knows language, but our subconscious mind is more emotional, it's related to more feelings, does not understand words, has unlimited capacity, right, can multitask. So our subconscious mind makes the decisions and then passes it on to the conscious mind, and our conscious mind kind of tries to justify it logically. So this also means that we are more in control of the future desire that we are working towards, right? Desire by definition is something that you wish to achieve in the future, right? So if we are in more control of that, and we know that we are in more control, we just have to catch ourselves in what we are saying and what we are doing, then it will really, really help us in then telling ourselves of what we need to do to make it happen, right? If we change the question, hey, what will happen if the interview doesn't go well, or what will happen if the exam doesn't go well, or what will happen if the project doesn't go well, instead of asking that question, if we change that question to what will happen if I get that job, my salary will go up by 40%. I will now be able to take that beautiful cruise that I was planning to take with my family. It'll be such an amazing time on that vacation, and you start visualizing about that beautiful vacation, right? You're going, you just departed your home towards your home airport. You have taken the flight and you reached the destination, and now you're getting onto the cruise ship. You get onto the cruise. It's a beautiful 10-day cruise to Alaska, and the sceneries and the visualization is amazing. Beautiful water, serene water, very peaceful. You're having time, the time of your life on the cruise ship. Your kids are taken care of by themselves. You're having great dinners and lunches with your wife and with your friends, if they have come along with you, right? If you start visualizing that, it'll automatically put a smile on your face. I mean, I'm smiling thinking about my cruise trip to Alaska, right? I've not taken one, but that is what happens when you start asking yourselves the right question. Your mind will give you the right answer. And when your mind gives you the right answer, you will start feeling good. And when you start feeling good, you will start doing the things that you need to do to make it happen. See, when we start thinking or telling ourselves a story of a desire that we do not wish to come true, then the feeling associated with that story is negative. And when that feeling associated with the story is negative, it deters us from doing anything towards that desire, right? Why would you try to do something that is not going to be a desired outcome for you in the future? And that is what leads to procrastination. That is what leads to postponement, and that is when things start going down a downward spiral, right? You have to trick your mind. You have to trick your mind by telling it stories about the visualization. You need to trick your, let me repeat myself. You need to trick your mind, telling it stories with pictures or visualizations of the positive desire that you wish comes true, right? If you start talking to your mind of the outcome that you desire and all the things that will happen around it, all the good things that will happen around it, right? Then your feelings associated with that desire is positive, or something that you wish for. And when when the feeling is there, then you will start doing the work. You'll start taking steps. You'll start taking actions. And even if you fail some hurdles in between, the positive feeling with that story and visualization is so strong, it will keep you going, right? We all crave for dessert after dinner, right? But if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to cut down on the dessert as well, right? But most of us succumb to our desire at that instant, and we have the dessert, and it impacts our weight loss or whatever we're trying to achieve, right? So if we remind ourselves while we are having dessert, or before we have the dessert, that dessert is going to end up on your belly and add, half an inch that you're trying to lose, then you don't want to do that. If you try to attach the picture that, look, if I don't have the dessert, I can fit into that old suit, or I can fit into that beautiful old dress that I'm trying to fit into for my December vacation, then then your mind, then you will not have the dessert, right? You have to remind yourself of the stories and the visualizations in such a way that it helps you give a feeling to then take the action or not take the action. Take the action in which you're trying to achieve the desirable outcome, and not take the action when you're not trying to achieve the outcome that you don't wish to happen, right? So that is something that we all really need to think of, right? And if you really think about it, right, the biggest sales job that you need to do is on yourself. You have to sell yourself. You have to sell it to your subconscious mind that yes, this is the outcome that you wish to happen. This is your burning desire, and you need to do everything through actions and by keeping faith that it will happen and move forward. right? You have to do the biggest sales job on yourself, and this is key. Do not expect anyone else to come and tell you how great this thing is for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, people will come and tell you that, right? Your mentors are supposed to keep you on track. The mentors are supposed to keep you challenged. The mentors are supposed to keep you thinking for yourself, right? They have to do all that stuff. But none of that matters unless you are sold out, unless you are all in. And the only way for you to be sold out and all in is by attaching positive stories, by attaching the great visualizations of what you want to achieve to that burning desire, right? I mean, even if now you close your eyes while listening to this podcast. If you're driving, please do not do that. But if you're seated and in your house, if you can close your eyes even now and visualize about something positive, it will automatically put a smile on your face. It will. It will make you feel good. It will give you a happy feeling. And if you can remind yourself of that happiness, of that happy feeling, of that place that you're trying to go to, the sandy beaches, the amazing sound of the ocean, or the amazing quietness when you're climbing that mountain in the forest, right? Or that amazing stillness of the paths that you're walking on in the jungle, right? Anything that you desire for in terms of tranquility and peace, if you remind yourself again and again and again of that, then that will help you. And that is why I encourage my listeners to take pictures of their outcomes that they desire and paste it around themselves, because seeing those pictures triggers those thoughts again that will make you feel happy. And when you feel good, when you feel happy, that is when you feel good, when you feel happy, that is when you will take action towards the desire that you wish happens in the near future for you. And we all can do it. It's not easy, but it's not that tough either, right? It takes practice. See, these are all actions that we need to take to reprogram ourselves and our thinking. There's nothing more to it. And nobody else will take that action for you other than yourself. And remember, you have the potential. You have all the means and tools to do it. You just need to own it, right? You have unlimited potential. Own it, guys. We all need to own it. We all can do it together. We are all in this together to achieve our dream of financial freedom, or the dream to do well, a dream to attain the respect of a community, right? Whatever is your burning desire, right? I hope this helps. Thank you for listening. Until next time, take care.